Hello, hello. I've arrived. Artist, archivist, VTuber, and tonight, playing card enthusiast. You can call me Tiberious Vanderfield. Hello. Hello. Yes. So, this will be the first of the fully pre-recorded VODs, I suppose. But yes. To those on my YouTube channel, or who have been following my YouTube channel, I suppose they're all pre-recorded, but this is the one that is fully pre-recorded. It has never been on Twitch. But yes, so, if you've been paying attention, you may have seen the update video already, but just to reiterate for those who have not, as of right now, my internet is currently bad. I did a streaming test through OBS earlier before I got started here, and it was better in that I'm not literally losing more than half of my frames. But it's still not at what I would consider a reasonable level. Yeah, I know that my ISP has been doing some maintenance in the area, and I also know that the new ISP company that I signed up for should be ready to install my internet sometime in the near future, in this upcoming month, ideally. So, hopefully that will, one way or the other, be resolved pretty quickly here. But yeah, one way, yeah, whether or not my current ISP, fixes their situation, I am still going to switch over, so there will still be a period of time, most likely, where I will either not have internet access, or I will have, well, I don't know. I don't know exactly how switching over works, to be honest. It just occurs to me that I'm recording at 30 FPS, which is not what I want to do. So I'm going to restart this. I've returned. So yes, rather than fully restart, I decided to just roll with it, essentially. Yeah, part of this video will just have an FPS of 30, and that will simply be okay. But yes. Anyway, I had turned it to 30 FPS to potentially get away with using a lower bitrate, in the hopes that would cause the, whatever the problem was to not be as severe. But that had no obvious benefit, so I just had forgotten to turn it back to 60 FPS as I typically prefer. But yeah, I've said before, I think I probably even said in the update video, that the issue is that my internet is slow. And that's not quite accurate, I don't think. It's not the most accurate way that I could put it. It's sort of what it seemed to be at first, because all tests pointed to speed being the issue. But having observed it a little bit more, it seems almost like the connection is sort of dropping, almost. Not fully, necessarily, because I can still, talk on Discord with people and things like that. I can still watch videos without significant interruption. But it just seems that I'm not sure what it is, but my connection just sort of goes from being perfectly fine to being absolutely terrible, and then back again. And yeah, I cannot think of any way to account for or describe it, really. I guess I just described it. That's not exactly what I meant to say, but, it is what it is. All of this is to say, it's weird. It's weird and it's inconsistent, but it's not it doesn't seem to be speed. That doesn't seem to be the main issue. It's that it's almost as though I were, driving at highway speeds, but every, I have to come to a complete stop every few hundred feet or something like that before I can get started again. It's strange. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, because hopefully it will be resolved. Either they will fix their situation and I will be in a good position until I get the new internet, or they won't and I will, still get the new internet. Because yes, I was planning on switching even before my internet started being weird, and I most certainly am still planning on doing so now. Yes. So yeah, the new provider is a fiber internet provider, so that should hopefully be much, much better. But yes. I suppose this is typically where I would talk about my streaming schedule, but I don't have that right now. So I guess I'll go into sort of what I was getting at before. So, currently, my plan is before my service renews, because it renews at the start of the month. Yeah, before I have to pay for another month of this internet, my current provider, since I'm going to be switching over, I don't want to pay for a full month of their service. So I'm probably going to just cancel my subscription at some point in the next few days. So yes, so there will probably be a point in time where I'm not going to be able to upload any new videos. I will still continue to record them as planned, but there will probably be another little break here somewhere in January, and then after that, we should probably be fine. Yeah, we should be back to streaming at the very least by the end of January. Again, I don't have a specific estimate on any specific day that anything is going to be done, but I am pretty reasonably confident that it's going to be done soon. I can say no more than that, though. But yes, anyway, so, tonight, we were playing Balatro. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of that recently. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of it on YouTube, and a friend of mine got it. And then I happened to get it, or rather I was given it for Christmas. But yeah, so I've been playing it a fair amount recently. I wouldn't be so bold as to say I'm particularly good at Balatro, but I've been enjoying it. Yes, this isn't, any of the series that I've been pursuing, which, I kind of felt like I should do a series that I've, Uma Musume Party Dash. Rather, Uma Musume Party Dash, just to be clear that they're not two different things. Yes, Party Dash, Mika and the Witch's Mountain, Arknights. But, since I've been away for a while, I figured I wanted to start up with something that was just easy for me to do, and it cannot be much easier than playing a game that I really want to play and have been playing a lot recently. So yeah, just a little bit of extra motivation to actually get this done after having been away for so long. So yeah, anyway. I don't have anything in mind, I don't have any plans, I'm just going to essentially play the game and talk. I suppose that's more or less just sort of the life of a streamer, but anyway, video games. I guess in a way this is as much a sort of a practice, getting back into the swing of things. Also, the intro to Balatro is very cool. I didn't double check the audio before we got started here, so I'm going to hope that it's fine. If anything goes wrong, maybe I can't fix it, but I can do other things. I guess there's only one music, there's a music track with variations in this game. So, worst comes to worst, I could probably just play the game's music manually. It does seem that it's recording, but it's looked like it's been recording before and not recorded, so. But yes, anyway. So, Balatro. For those of you who are not familiar, I guess I'll talk about that once I get into it. Anyway. Yes. Recently unlocked the abandoned deck. Of the ones that don't require you to beat the game on any given stake. Actually, do I want to continue this run? I suppose I might as well. I'm worried that if I click new run, that's going to, I wanted to show the other decks, but I'm worried that if I do that, it'll just, destroy my current run. I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's fine. Oh no, okay, I can still go back. So yes, so anyway. So, Balatro is a game where you attempt to essentially construct poker hands to win chips, and you have to win a certain number of chips in order to proceed to the next blind, so on and so forth. But yes, there are all sorts of different modifiers from the decks themselves, as well as from you can collect jokers that have various effects of their own. You can get tarot cards to apply their own effects. Usually those are things like upgrading cards or like modifying them in various ways. You can add or you can remove cards from your deck as well. Yeah, you have a standard 52 card playing card deck to start out with, and all that comes along with that. But you can then modify your deck, you can add to it, you can remove from it. Once again, you can change the cards themselves in various ways. Yeah, so it is sort of a roguelike deck builder, essentially. Yeah, so the ones that I have unlocked right now, like I said, are all the ones that don't require you to beat a higher stake than the default difficulty. Yes. Yeah, the red deck gives you an additional discard. Yeah, you draw a hand of cards and you can discard from them, basically. Yes, the red deck gives you an extra discard, the blue deck gives you an extra hand, the yellow deck gives you $10 to start out with. Yes, the green deck doesn't earn interest, which is to say, in this game there is a system whereby the amount of money you have at the end of a particular blind gives you some additional money based on that. Yeah, the green deck does not earn interest in that way, but you earn money. You earn more money for remaining hands, because that is also a way that you earn money. And you earn money for remaining discards. Yes, you only have a certain number of hands to play and discards to use. Yeah, the black deck gives you an additional joker slot. Normally you can only have 5, but it gives you 1 fewer hand to play each round. Yes, the magic deck starts out with the crystal ball voucher, which gives you an additional slot for consumable items, and it gives you 2 copies of the Fool, which is a tarot card you can use to copy a previously used consumable item, specifically a planet, which I had meant to mention earlier. You can use planet cards to upgrade poker hands to give you more chips, and to have a higher multiplier on the number of chips that they give you. But yes. Anyway, where was I? Right. Yes, you can use the Fool to create a copy of the most recently used planet or tarot card. The Nebula deck starts with the Telescope voucher, which makes it so every time you open a Celestial pack, which are the ones that contain planets, every time you open a Celestial pack, it is guaranteed to contain a copy of the planet corresponding to the hand you have played the most. It gives you 1 fewer consumable slot. The Ghost deck, which allows for spectral cards to appear in the shop. Yeah, spectral cards themselves are a consumable. Yes, unlike tarot cards and planets, they typically have a fairly significant downside to them. Yeah, they are usually quite powerful, but with sort of a drawback, or have a certain degree of uncertainty to them. Something to that effect. Some of them are just straight upgrades, but a lot of the other ones are a little bit more dangerous to use. Yes, you also start with a Hex card, which allows you to add a modifier to a Joker at the cost of destroying all other Jokers that you have. I want to say that it's Polychrome is the modifier, but I've forgotten off the top of my head. Yes, the Ghost deck. Normally spectral cards can only be gotten from, again, a sort of booster pack that you can purchase. Yes, and then the Abandoned deck, which is the one that I've gotten the most recently, where you have no face cards in your deck. Yeah, other than that, it's, perfectly normal. Just has a different set of cards in it. That's it. So yeah, probably not going to go too long this evening. Yeah, having gotten unaccustomed to this, my streaming stamina is probably pretty low. I guess I'm not streaming, but you get the idea. Yeah, already my throat's acting up a little bit. I guess that's probably unrelated, though. Yeah, I haven't been talking that long, but I guess I have been talking uninterrupted, which is not the norm when I'm having normal conversations. Anyway, so we're going to continue the run that I was playing. We're going to see if I can recall what I'm doing, which is not a guarantee. So yes, okay. So here's an example of a number of jokers. Here are some other ones here. You can tell that they're joker cards because they say joker on them. But yes, so trading card here is a joker, whereby if you discard a single card for your first discard, that card will be destroyed, permanently removed from your deck, and you'll earn $3. As you can see, I've been using it fairly extensively, and I only have 27 cards in my deck. But yeah, this is not a huge deal, because again, reducing the size of your deck, reducing the number of cards in it, can make it easier for you to pull off certain types of hands. For instance, I've been focusing on removing higher value cards to get mostly low value cards, or mostly low ranked cards. But yeah, so in addition to not having, having no face cards at all from the outset, I've also removed all of my 8s and all of my 7s, well on my way to removing all my 10s and 9s as well. Yeah, ideally I'd also like to remove the 6s. The aces are fine though. Because yes, the hand that I've been going for most here is the straight. Yeah, so the straight, requires you to play 5 cards in a row. The ace can be used as the high card or the low card in a straight, and I've been using it as the low card. Obviously I couldn't use it as the high card because it would, that would require me to play an ace, a king, a queen, a jack, and a 10, and I don't have any kings, queens, or jacks in this deck. But yes. Anyway. So, the money is also useful. You spend money to get things, as is not uncommon in real life. But yes, this joker is Space Joker, which simply has a 1 in 4 chance to upgrade the level of your played poker hand whenever you play a hand. But yeah, as you can see, the straight is level 4 right here. Yeah, so it is more powerful than it was to begin with. Yeah, the exact amount that you get from leveling up depends on the hand. Yeah, generally speaking, hands that are harder to get are more valuable. Yeah, ideally, I kind of want to go for straight flushes, or rather, a straight flush. I don't know, I guess at this point, a straight is more powerful than a straight flush, but, if I were to start playing straight flushes, they'd probably catch up pretty quickly. But yes. So yeah, anyway, you can see that there is a number in blue, and a number in red, presuming you can see color, I suppose. But yes, the number on the left is the number of chips that it gives you, and the number on the right is the multiplier. So for high card here, it's 5 and 1. So whenever you play a high card hand, you get 5 chips times 1 for a total of 5. But yes, the cards that you play also give you chips and can give you multiplier as well, as can the jokers and whatnot. So yeah, high card is not terribly strong. But yes, straight flush is pretty strong to start out with, but again, I've been leveling up straight. Yeah, I don't have as many levels in it as I would ideally like. Yeah, the Space Joker hasn't really paid off quite as much as I would perhaps would be ideal. But yes, the Hiker gives a permanent +5 chip bonus to each card that is played when you play them. Yeah, so most of the cards in this deck, probably all of them at this point, though I'm not going to bother to verify that. But yes, most of them at this point almost certainly have a fairly significant number of extra chips that they give you. This is okay. Usually you want to focus a little bit more on multiplier. Yeah, having a high base number is fine, but multiplying it multiple times is usually stronger. But yes, anyway, so shortcut makes it easier to get straights. But yeah, at this point, my deck has been thinned out enough that I can probably get rid of shortcut pretty soon here. Yeah. given that there's a very small number of cards that can't form a straight, once I've gotten rid of all the 9s and tens, we'll definitely be at a point where I can almost certainly guarantee that I will be able to make a straight with any given hand. And with once I get rid of some of the 6s, I might not get rid of all of them. I might keep this one around because it gives me a multiplier when it is, or it multiplies my multiplier. It multiplies my multiplier while it is in hand. I might keep it around, but I might not. Anyway. All this is to say, honestly, shortcut actually doesn't really benefit me at all anymore now that I think about it. So that could very easily be sold. Yes, and then there is Drunkard, which gives +1 discard each round. And it is holographic, which means it gives +10 mult. Yes, +10 mult being +10 to the multiplier. Trading card here is foil, so it gives +50. Then there is also Polychrome, which is times 1.5 to the multiplier. And I guess that's all that really needs to be said. We've got the few jokers here, none that I have gotten previously. Yes, this one requires me to have 3 of a kind in my hand. Not necessarily that the hand be 3 of a kind, just that there be 3 of a kind in the hand. So, for instance, if I had a flush with 3 of a kind, but, 2 other cards that weren't that same kind, then I could still get the value off of this joker, but even though I hadn't played specifically a 3 of a kind. Sick. This one gives me a +2 to my mult for every $5 that I have, and I am generating a fairly decent amount of money, but my build isn't really suited to, or it isn't designed around the idea of collecting a lot of money, so I really wouldn't get that much value out of it. Anyway, so you can also re-roll to give yourself access to other items. Right now we've got a fair amount ahead of us, and we are currently at 5 out of 8 antes to beat the game. You can continue going on afterwards in endless mode, but yes, 8 is the number that you need to beat the game properly. So I think we're going to re-roll. None of these are great. Uranus is a planet. Once again, that levels up 2 pair. Green Joker is not very good for my current build because right now I do still need to discard. I do still need to discard, and at the same time, my straights are pretty strong, so I typically don't have to play multiple hands. I guess I could just sort of play cards to get rid of them to still benefit from Green Joker, but we're late enough in the game that I don't think that its scaling will really catch up. What I'd really like would be a Joker that multiplies my mult. Oh, that was weird. Yes, that does seem to have been on my computer side, though. Rather, my laptop side. Yes, I went quiet there because the game had gone quiet and I was confused for a moment. But Swashbuckler will provide me with an immediate benefit, so I think I'm going to pick that up. Unfortunately, the value has now gone down, so it's not going to be as strong, but at least it's providing some mult, whereas Shortcut was not. But so anyway, my ultimate goal here is to reduce the number of cards to the point where I, again, can just make straights as much as I want with, almost complete certainty. But I was kind of planning on going for a spades build, just sort of focusing on spades specifically, but I think I kind of let the card discarding, or rather the trading card selling, kind of get away from me. And now we're kind of at a point where there's not a whole lot that I can do, or rather, yeah, if I were to start getting rid of, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, if I were to start getting rid of other suits, it would probably just make me weaker. Yeah, so there you can see Hiker activating, and you can see all the other Jokers acting in concert as well. Yes, Seance would be good. Seance would be good if I had a deck that was better built to take advantage of, because yeah, straight flushes were something that I had considered. I could do that, but the thing is, you know, once you have played cards, you can't play them again. They will. And they also, you know, they don't go back into the deck. They also don't go back into the deck if they're discarded. So, if I were to use a single straight flush and like had reduced my deck down to just 6 or so spades, then I could play, you know, a hand and then no more, basically. Which would be less than ideal. That's it. So. We don't have a lot of good Jokers here. Yes, the Magician is a tarot card that allows you to turn cards into lucky cards. And lucky cards, as per this, have a chance to give a fairly significant amount of mult and a chance to give you some money. Yes, Spectral. Immolate's pretty good for getting money, but if I were to use it at this point, I would almost certainly ruin myself. Wraith is... Wraith is an interesting idea. Yeah, so that would reduce my money to 0. I don't have that much money, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, you know, I can't control the rare Joker it gives me, and I can't see it, you know, until it's been generated. And it can only be generated if I had space for it. I can't use it, as you can see. So, if I wanted to get it, and I do want to get it, I'd have to get rid of something. And I think probably the safest thing to get rid of would probably be trading card. Yeah, as I established, we're at a point where I'm not getting a whole lot of value out of it anymore. There's still cards I could stand to eliminate, but I'm not that concerned, to be honest. Alright, Campfire is probably one of the worst options I could have gotten. Because yes, this requires that I sell cards, but I'm not generating a lot of cards to sell. But yeah, tarot cards and planet cards can be sold. Yeah, also if you happen to generate a spectral card. But yeah, they can't be sold if you get them out of a booster pack here. As it says, they are to be used immediately. You can also sell Jokers, but I'm full on Jokers, so... Well, I haven't negatively impacted my scoring potential. I haven't positively impacted it either, crucially. But I suppose we carry on. Alright, we did get some value out of the Space Joker, that's nice. Ah, okay, there we go. But yeah, again, Campfire has the potential to be quite good, but I don't have the potential to generate a large number of tarot cards or anything else that's worth selling. Given that we're almost always going to be playing a straight, though, the order is basically ideal. Yeah, the Serpent here is a little bit concerning, but we do have a large number of discards that we can use. And, you know, there is a maximum hand size, but that's just what you will get back up to after you, yeah, that is what you will get back up to after you discard or play a hand, and you are at less than that number. So yes. I can discard once more. And I've got pretty much my whole deck here. Yeah, again, for a while I was thinking about going, like, leaning very hard into spades, but I guess, you know, I don't really need to think too much about that at this point. Like I said, yeah, I've got a lot of these wild cards. Yes. And yeah, again, with how we are at the moment, straight is much stronger than straight flush. I don't know how much straight flush scales every time you level it up. I could check that, but I'm not going to bother. Yes. Yes. I want to try to get... I guess we've been doing fine without molt cards. And yeah, I don't think we have any 4s or 5s that are giving me any value, at least none that I can play. Very good. But yes, the order we're almost always going to get value out of. I could play Pluto, but I'm not. I could use Pluto, but there's not really any point in doing so. Yeah, I think Baker is probably another Joker we could do without. Judgment here lets you generate a Joker. Again, you don't get to see it or anything like that. But yeah. Hiker makes my cards stronger, and I am playing the same cards repeatedly. But I think that more multiplying is going to be what really saves me. Well, alright. So I went from something that's marginally useful to something that's absolutely not useful. I guess it's not marginally useful, but I went from something that's pretty useful to something that's definitely not useful at all. Let's see, we got plenty of 5s. Yeah, do we? No, we need a 2. We need a 2. Okay, let's sort them by rank, make things a little easier. No, another non-2 having hand. There we go. And another upgrade to straights. Nice. I suppose this should be off to the side, but it's not giving me any value anyway. Okay. Well, it would have been nice if I'd gotten that earlier. Then we could have had some more, we could have actually made use of Campfire. Anyway, one way or another, it's absolutely much, much better than, even without the chips bonus, it's much better than, what was that? Droll Joker, I believe, that has the... Yeah, that cares about pairs. Yeah, we'll just continue on, I think. Yeah, we're already well capable of... Part of me wants to see if I can replace the Swashbuckler, but... Another part of me feels that that's a bit dangerous. I'm going to refrain from right now, rather. Alright. Yes. So you can reorder the cards as you play them. They activate in order left to right. It doesn't really matter in this case. There are some cards that, some Jokers rather, that care about sort of the first card, either in general or of a specific type that scores, and things like that. And also if you had a card that, like, multiplies your mult, you would want to put that towards the right. Same with your Jokers. Because, you know, adding... It doesn't matter what order you add them in, as long as they are, you know, added. Because yes, 13 plus... 13 plus 10 here is 23. And 10 plus 13 is also 23. So yes, 10 plus 13 is 23, times 3 is 69. And if I were to place this on the other side, then I would have 13 times 3, which is 39, and then I would have plus 10, which is 59. Yes, so not quite as nice. Yes, hold on. Did I? No, it's 49. I said 59, I think. I meant 49. Anyway. Yes, math. I probably didn't need to teach you that, but, you know. Yeah, the chips also doesn't matter, because that's something entirely different. Yeah, again, there is the malt, and then there is the chips. Yeah, generally it's way more worth it to focus on malt, because your cards are going to give you a fair amount of chips anyway. Yes. Having higher multipliers just makes things a lot easier. Anyway. Enough dillying and or dallying. Yes, very solid that. Yes, again, I could use the Fool to get a Judgment, or I could use Judgment to get a Judgment. I know I was just talking about how chips don't matter quite so much, but I could get value out of this. I could get some value out of this. I don't think it would be enough to justify it, though. We'll try a Spectral Pack. You know what? Honestly, it's not really worth it. None of those are particularly worth it. I don't think there's anything I want from... Or I don't think I... Yeah, I don't want Judgment. I don't want Judgment because I don't know. I could fish for a better Joker, and certainly there are better Jokers that I could have. Certainly there are better Jokers that I could have, but I don't feel that it's really going to be that valuable. Or rather, I don't know. I don't want to risk it, essentially. I don't want to... Yeah, I don't want to play a Joker... Or I don't want to sacrifice any of my Jokers that do contribute to my scoring to get a Joker that won't, for instance. But yeah. So, you know, in the shop here, I can see what Jokers I would get. So that would be something I would want, more so than Judgment. I'm going to use Emperor here. Yeah, not going to use it ideally because it creates up to 2 tarot cards, but you do have to have space for both of them. But yes. But yes, so this opens up a screen where you can... heal, nice. Well, hold on. I wanted to use another Emperor. Though honestly, having more 6s of steel would probably be better. Maybe I'll get another Chariot. I did not get another Chariot. Last could be good. And we'll use High Priestess just to make use of it. Straight and straight flush. Yes. Okay, so one use of Neptune gives me +4 to my multiplier. Yeah, it wouldn't actually take that long to improve straight flush to a point where it's competitive with straight. But again, my deck really isn't that focused. And it's probably not going to be. It could be, I suppose, if I were to use the star, maybe, but that allows me to make more cards into diamonds. But, no, I think we're pretty set for right now. Again, we can get better Jokers, or we can try to get better Jokers, but it looks like that's not in the cards right now. Unintended, in case there was any confusion. Yes, I suppose in a second here, once we get to seeing them again, I'll probably... You know what? Since I mentioned it, why not, I guess. Yeah, we were going for a spade build, or rather, I was going for a spade build at one point, but we're not anymore. Ooh, that's nice. Let's see. Oh, yes. So we don't have a straight flush. I could try to discard for a straight flush. And I feel fairly safe in doing this because we do have, you know, we've been winning so far. Have I made a mistake? Oh, no. So yeah, again, this would be worse. But we do have the 2 steel cards. We have the 2 steel cards. I don't No, actually, I think Space Joker would apply, if it upgrades, would apply before the hand is scored. I don't know. I think this could be okay. Okay, yeah, it was fine. Oh, that was more than okay, actually. Maybe I need to compare them a little bit more closely. No, yeah, straight is still way better. Like, so much better. It's not even a contest. We just probably got kind of lucky there. Plus, I think... No, we don't have anything new that gave me anything valuable. Anyway. Yeah, Hanged Man. Hanged Man could get rid of the 9, which is useless to me. Probably the Hermit would have been more valuable, I think. Yeah, none of these are anything that I particularly want. Yeah. What are we at for different let's see, we have full deck, there we go. Yes, we have 8 clubs and 8 diamonds. So if we wanted to pivot into straight flush, which is probably honestly not that valuable, but if we did want to, we could Moon gives you clubs. But yeah, clubs and diamonds are the hands with the most suits in them. Or suits with the most cards in them. Hold on, where did I... What on earth? When did I lose my, 5 and 2 of spades? Did I do that now? Recently? I don't remember that happening. Okay, Oh, right, I converted them into diamonds. Okay, I was worried there for a second. Okay, anyway. Anyway, all this is to say, well, no. Nope, not you. There we go. All this is to say, let's go kind of wild. This isn't, a good strategy that I'm employing here, but it is a strategy. Yes, I suppose I should mention, I think I might have said it before, but yes, these ones are the wild cards. They have sort of a circle, like a little hole in place of the, I guess it's not a hole, you can't see through it, but yeah, they look a little bit like they've been punctured or perhaps shot in the icon that would normally denote what their suit is. I suppose we do still have more discards. So I can continue fishing if I feel so inclined. I don't want to risk it too much, though. I think we'll just let it ride. Okay, we're doing better than I expected. Did I guess I just must have not been paying much attention since I've got the order. Yeah, so this would let me create a double tag, which would be something. Not anything that I would want, but it would be something. Which reminds me, I do need to... Nope. Uncommon jokers. We've got... Oh yeah, we've got actually quite a few uncommon jokers. So, I do believe this would actually be more valuable than a lot of our other jokers. Certainly more valuable than Drunkard, I think. Yes. Makes Swashbuckler slightly stronger, but it makes all of these others provide multiplier as well. Okay, Lovers. Lets you create wild cards. You mostly have diamonds here, or rather they are sort of a majority, so they could be good to play. Yeah, again. Ooh, I could have discarded that as well. But yes, now I'm kind of missing Drunkard. But yes, anyway, so the straight flush is weaker this isn't a straight flush anyway, I suppose, so it doesn't matter that much. Straight flush is weaker than straight, but I feel like our multiplier is probably good enough that we can circumvent that somewhat, especially since we're getting scores like that. Fibonacci. Okay, that would be very good. That is much better than Swashbuckler, because yeah, Ace, 2, 3, and 5, I'm playing almost all of those every single hand, so. And since it's uncommon, baseball card would cause it to give a multiplier as well. So goodbye, Swashbuckler. Yeah, Swashbuckler was giving a plus 14 here, whereas this, if I play an Ace, 2, 3, and 5, which I'm going to, almost certainly. But yes, if I were to do that, that would give me a... Yeah, that's 4 of them, so yeah, that would be 64. Or no, hold on, what? No, 32. I'm making a lot of strange math errors recently, but I suppose I'm catching them before they get away from me, so not that big of a deal. We don't have telescope, but we are getting... Oh, hold on, that was a flush. I was going to say we're getting a lot of Saturns, but we're not getting quite as many Saturns as I perhaps thought. Anyway, Temperance gives you the value of your jokers in money, which is nice. Yes. I don't think we're going to fish for a straight flush here. Again, we probably don't need to be doing that and maybe shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, I think the next best thing we could do would be to find a hack, which is a joker that allows you to, ooh, nice. Yes, it is a joker that allows you to, or that re-triggers all of your base, or all of your cards that are below a, or that are a 5 or below, which means that we would get the double the value out of Fibonacci on all of our cards other than aces, and we would also get whatever other benefits they give us multiple times over. Yeah, the art on this pack here happens to be the same as hack. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it is true. Neither of those are anything I want, and thus neither of them are worth even considering giving up the inventory space for. Saturn. That is worth giving up well, not worth giving up inventory space for because it's worth using. Yes, Tower would be actively detrimental to us given our strategy. Yes. The main value of Tower is that it creates stone cards, and stone cards always score, even if they aren't part of the hand. You may have noticed when I play, well actually, I guess I haven't played a hand that hasn't had all the cards in its score, so here's an example. So yeah, you can see only one of them got raised up, and only one of them is counted towards the scoring. But yeah, so stone cards always score, they are always counted towards the score, and they aren't considered to have any suit or any rank on them. So they can always be used, it's just that they, don't have a lot of value to them, generally speaking. Most things in the game, care about certain suits or care about certain ranks. Because Fibonacci cares about Ace, 2, 3, 5, and 8, for example. Yeah, the Order cares about straights, and if you're playing all stone cards, you can't get straights, you can't get any hand other than high card. That's it. A stone card build is certainly playable, if you want to invest heavily in it, but it wouldn't be good for our current strategy. Not that our current strategy is paying off right now, but... Ooh, this is actually kind of dangerous. We need a 2. Yeah, if we do not get a 2, we are not in a good way. Okay, there we go. Yeah, again, we're at a point where we should essentially have enough that we can brute force a... Oh, nice. We just got a new Joker unlocked. I don't know what that one is offhand. But yes, we should be at a point where we can essentially brute force a... Yes, we can brute force a straight, basically at any point. That could be useful, but it wouldn't be useful for what we need it for. Um... So the smart play here would almost certainly be to play the Hermit. I do love Wheel of Fortune, though. So actually... Yeah. I say this not to say that I get good results out of it. I usually don't, but I do like using it. Anyway, I think what would be better, though, would be to play Empress at this point. Hermit was probably still better, but, you know. Alright, losing Fibonacci there is less than ideal, but manageable. Yeah, we were doing okay before Fibonacci, and I imagine we'll continue to do okay afterwards. This is a straight flush, which is not necessarily what I want. 'Cause yeah, again, the straight is just way stronger at this point in the game. Yeah, I think we'll go with that just to make sure, because I do not want to take any risks. Granted, you know, it probably would have been still a victory, but I did deal with that pretty well, thanks. You know what, honestly, I think I'll leave it at that. Yes, again... hold on. Play every heart in your deck in a single round. Interesting. Okay. Yes. Anyway, so yeah, once again, I think we're going to cut it a little bit short here. I have been out of practice recording for a long time, and so I am not used to talking quite so much for quite so long. And honestly, it's not even necessarily that my throat like hurts in the sense that it, like you usually think of, sort of a feeling of it kind of being dry or scratchy. Just sort of like, it's almost like the muscles in my neck in general, around my jaw and all that, just are out of practice at talking this long. I just like my whole sort of yeah, it all feels sort of a little bit weird. But yeah, I don't want to push myself too much. Just getting back into things. So we will leave it for now. But yeah. Again, I was playing Balatro here basically just because I wanted to play Balatro. I just wanted to play Balatro, and I also wanted to do some recording. Yeah, just to get back used to doing it again. So yeah, we're probably not going to play a whole lot of Balatro going forward. But yeah, I'm going to focus more on series that we've already started, you know? Yeah, Uma Musume. Yeah. Uma Musume Party Dash, rather. Mika and the Witch's Mountain. Probably that's going to be what I focus on first. Though again, well, I say again as though I had mentioned it prior, but yes, since the last time I played, and I guess also the first time I played, considering I've only played it once on stream, but yeah, since the last time I played Uma Musume Party Dash, they announced that the mobile game is going to be getting an English release. Now, having said that, I'm not 100% certain that, it, hadn't been announced as of the time that I played. I feel like it hadn't been, though, because I feel like I would have mentioned it, and I don't remember mentioning it. Anyway. All of this is to say that Uma Musume has perhaps more relevancy than usual, given that the English release is forthcoming. We don't have a release date on that announced as of the last time I checked, which was earlier today. But yeah, anyway. Where was I? Right, okay. Uma Musume Party Dash. I would like to at least finish the story for the team that we started, if nothing else. I don't know if I would necessarily go through all of them. I suppose we will see. I've only played the game once, so I don't know how much I enjoyed it. But yeah, Party Dash, Mika and the Witch's Mountain, we'll be continuing that. Yeah, they've been putting out some content updates. Yeah, I think they added fishing, if I remember correctly. Yeah, which is a thing that I had specifically mentioned as feeling like should be in the game. Yeah, but which simply was not as of last time I played. But yeah, and of course Arknights. Yeah, there's currently an event going on, the Hello Kitty, or rather Sanrio in general, crossover event. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a skin or two from that, though if I were to purchase more than one, I would need to purchase Originite Prime. But yeah, I've been, I typically don't like to spend money on gacha games, not that I play a lot of them. Yeah, Arknights is the only one that I play regularly. But yeah, I don't like to spend money on gacha games, generally speaking, but I think if you're going to, spending money to get skins, which are a thing that are, guaranteed, is probably better than spending money on, rolling for characters and whatnot. Yeah, I do like Arknights as a game, so I don't feel like bad about supporting the developers through in-game purchases and all that. But, there is a part of me that is a principled, non-gacha spender. Which again extends to the sort of by association, unconsciously extends to even the non-gacha aspects of the game and makes me a little bit more reluctant to potentially spend money on them. I suppose I usually don't spend money on skins in any game, gacha or not, but they're cute skins. Anyway. Where was I? Nowhere, I guess. We're ending the stream. We're ending the recording, rather. But yes, there is no rating to be done, there is no scheduling to talk about, so I'm a little bit lost here, but there is always an outro. So, thank you all for being here tonight. I hope that you've had a fine night. I hope that you'll continue to have a fine night, every night. And I hope that you'll be well until the next time I see you. Thank you all very much, and farewell. I was going to say let us get this raid underway, because that is simply a part of me at this point, but there is no raid to get underway, so have a nice day, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Good night.